We're going to be rebuilding the worst team in baseball, the Oakland Athletics. Now, there are going to be a couple rules to this. Rule number 1. For this first season, 2023, we can't do any trading. We can't do any, we can't play any of the games. We can sign contracts and we can do scouting, and that's it. So, roster, lineups, rotations, injury management, that can be done there. We'll deal with the rest of it. Let me take a gander at this team. Oh, our highest ranked player is 78. He's 28 years old, too. Our best pitcher is a 77-year-old closer. Our best starting pitcher is a 29-year-old, 73. Oh my lord. Okay, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 players above 70. Can't do trading, but we have to do scouting. Scouting must be done manually. So let's see just how much of a train wreck this season's going to be. How did we win the first game of the season against Shohei Ohtani? So let's see what kind of scouts we got. Position players, pitchers. I am actually... You guys are going to go out and just find pitchers. That's all we're doing. That's what we'll do for the first week. Okay, cool. We are 3-5. I'm somewhat surprised we actually did that well. Not a whole lot going on here. We'll send you to the International. Meanwhile, we'll cancel that. Scout position, starting pitcher in the Central. Cool. We're back here. 2 new pitching prospects discovered. View prospect list. We have the 6th pick in the draft. Okay. That is something we can use. Scout position, they just did the West. You'll do International, you'll do East, and you will actually head over to relief. A lot of pitching prospect scouting.
Here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Starting out west in the American League, the A's grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington.
We can finish relief pitchers this week.
Launched 3 home runs as they grabbed the win against the
National, and then you'll be East.
St. Louis Cardinals tossed a
relief pitching.
one-hitter as they bested the
And then we can
Mariners
do
2-0.
closing pitching, and then we can start looking at actual players and try drafting from there. Alright, Central, International, and East, meaning we still have to do the West. God, our team... Do we have any A's? We have 1 A. It's a catcher. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay, we got a lot of B's, though, and they're relatively young. I take that back. They're not young. Oh, my God. Okay. That's not great. Win the series here against Seattle. Okay, and we won against Kansas. Kansas City's worse? How are you worse? The Reds are also apparently worse.
The Oakland Athletics combined to allow only 4 hits.
Okay, I will not argue. Sam's. I was at Ryan Sam's.
He is currently among the
Finish
NL
that.
leaders in batting average. The Phillies only allowed 2.
Oh, the Twins. Wait. Haha. Wait a minute. Why did that trade just happen? Why did that trade just happen? I thought I didn't have that on auto. Okay, the computer made a good trade. That was on camera. I did nothing. Did I do scouting already? Okay, something. I'm trying to find good starting pitching, because God forbid we have to do something without it. 80-92 for Ray Sam's. Ugh. Well, at minimum, he's going to be a B. And at minimum, he's going to be a B, and there's a chance he could be an A. Manny here
was their
at
seventh
worst
straight
is going to
victory.
be a C+,
The Milwaukee Brewers
and at best
got
is a
11
B+.
hits overall as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 5-4.
I think in that
White
case,
Sox
Rays
held
kind of got the
opposition
edge
at
on
bay
that
with
one
only
because he's
4 hits as they
2 years
dethroned
younger.
the Royals 8-0.
He'll be starting behind a little bit
Guardians grabbed
on
13 hits in
overall,
the game as
potentially.
they took care
They
of the
could
Mets at Citi
be a lot
Field,
closer.
6-1.
You might also be
Washington
something, so
Nationals
we'll
put
see.
together
Decently
9-2.
large disabled
The
list
New York
there.
Yankees combined to
Okay.
give up just
He
5
deserves to
hits
be
as
number
they
1.
bested the visiting Padres 2-1. The Brewers allowed only 5 hits
So
before the cycle,
apparently in
leading
game
the
they're
Astros to
slightly
victory
better
against
than
the
they are in
Angels
real life.
8-3. The Texas
Oh
Rangers
God,
smacked
yeah, that's not
15
good.
hits as they took
That's
down the
too
visiting
much
Mariners
of a
7-1. The Rays got 18
differentiation
hits
there.
as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox.
That's good, though.
12-6.
22 years old, and he's gonna be a good closing pitcher there. Oh, you're done. Oh God, I've wasted so much time because I forgot all about that. Sir, Miles Marlin, do that. Do not want to play. I wanted the scout. And by that point, then he'll be in like the 70s, maybe the 80s. And that's a ways away. But he's got the potential to be really good. So I guess we'll have to see how many days. We got 20. 85 to 99. I'm going to go with that. All right. Only 17 games back. 73 to 92. Ugh. All right. This is the last go-through. Cool. We'll go with that. Just throw something at the wall. See if it works. And now it's time for the draft. And let's just start the draft and we'll see how things go. We have the 6th pick. Let's see who these people take. I'm imagining Miguel Santana's going to go number 1. Best starting pitcher. No, they went with Luis Tejada. He was supposed to go 12th. Okay. I don't even know what team this is. The Washington National picks Ray Sams. Alright. How is Miguel Santana at 3? I doubt he's going to make it much further. Well, that's not Miguel Santana. That much I can be sure of. The Detroit Tigers select the Michael Lloyd. Oh, that's actually a halfway decent potential there. Miguel Santana is still there. I'm hoping he makes it. We're actually going to wait here. The Texas Rangers select Ken Costa. Oh, my Lord. And if the Minnesota Twins bungle this, I'm taking Miguel Santana. Oh my Lord! All right, we got the best starting pitcher, everybody. All right, I'm gonna go with Quincy Fortune. Oh boy, I'm gonna do just that. I'm making you a relief pitcher, and we're gonna keep you. I think for now, I am gonna go with Sammy Coronado. Derek Wooten, good. So now next round, I'm taking Troy Carpenter if he's still there. He is. I am taking him. I'm going to go with Vaughn Bond. And that's the end of the draft. All right. So, where are all of my draft picks? Oh, it's on auto?
The Oakland Athletics totaled 13 hits as a team as they stole a victory.
Oh, okay, so the computer's doing that on its own, which is fine.
In the standings, the A's are in last place in the AL West.
Because we just had to do the scouting on our own. Like, that's what we had to do. We can sign contracts, so let's see what we can do here. Nope, we just barely did. We will not have a 100... Oh, we might still have a 100-game loss season. Almost. We were very close. 65 and 97. All right. Texas Rangers and New York are going to go to Game 3 to determine who wins there. Same thing for Atlanta versus the Giants. Cleveland beats Minnesota 2-0. They sweep them in the wild card round. Very Minnesota.
Welcome to the show, baseball fans. Here's what's going on.
Atlanta beats the Giants, and the Texas Rangers lose to the Yankees.
The Yankees combined to allow only 4 hits.
All right, the wild card round is over. Any upsets? Only on the American League side. The 5th seed beat the 4th, and the 6th seed beat the 3rd. It is now the 5th seed Yankees against the 1st seed Houston Texans, Houston Astros, and the 6th seed Cleveland Guardians against the Baltimore Orioles on the American League side. On the National League side, it's the 4 seed taking on the 1 seed in Atlanta versus the Dodgers, and St. Louis against the Mets. Wow, every game went to 2-0. Every series is 2-0. St. Louis is up 3-0 on the New York Mets. And Atlanta is up 2-1 on the Dodgers. The American League. Oh, Seattle swept. I'm sorry, they swept the Mets. I forgot that the ALDS and the NLDS is only 5 games, not 7. Atlanta beats out the Dodgers and makes it to the NLCS. The 5th seed Yankees defeat the Houston Astros 3-0, swept them in the series. And it seems like Cleveland might do the same to Baltimore. Nope, we're going to a Game 5. And Cleveland wins. So now it's the 5th seed New York Yankees taking on the 6th seed Cleveland Guardians. Meanwhile, the 3rd and 4th seed are taking on each other over in the National League. Kind of an interesting little setup. Atlanta wins Game 1 and Game 2. Yankees win Game 1 against Cleveland. Cleveland comes right back. It's 1-1 in the ALCS and 2-0 in the NLCS. Chicago is still taking my players. Atlanta is up 3-0 on the St. Louis Cardinals. But the St. Louis Cardinals come back and win Game 4 to force a Game 7. Cleveland wins Game 3. St. Louis wins Game 4. No, wins Game 5, forcing a Game 6. Cleveland wins Game 4. Unless New York wins in Game 5, that series is over. Cleveland wins Game 5, and they punch their ticket to the World Series. Meanwhile, in the NLCS, it is between the Atlanta and the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Cardinals have come back from down 3-0 to tying up the series, forcing a Game 7. And the St. Louis Cardinals did the reverse sweep. They came back from 3-0 and won the series 4-3. We head off to the World Series. It won't. I have to do it through this because it won't let me look any other way. We're advancing a couple days. Who will win Game 1? Cleveland wins Game 1. If you remember, because of the outcome of the All-Star Game, Games 1 and 2 and 6 and 7 will be held by the American League team, and Games 3 through 5 are in the National League. So we'll see. Cleveland wins both of its home games. We head back to St. Louis. Cleveland's up 3-0, but we've seen what St. Louis can do in these times. It does not matter. The Cleveland Guardians have won the World Series in a 4-game sweep. Screw you, Atlanta. We still need to hire our manager. He's being real coy about it. I'm still having my pitchers taken away from me. Shohei Ohtani. We have $134 million in budget. Oh, that's a max contract, huh? Sure. I don't know why he'd ever do that. But let's just throw him some money. Do I have... Oh, my rookies are here. You have a B. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, at least you're gonna be starting. How do I look at your potential? Oh, you're a pickoff artist. Sammy Coronado was an A. Oh, that's big. That is a big thing right there. Mason Miller, Luis Medina. God, you were the #1 prospect, and you are a B. Well, you must be a really high B, like an 88, 89, something like that. What? Woo! I just realized this was a thing. Cool. Where's the Oakland? Okay, cool. Neat. Troy Carpenter, a B. Derek Wooten, a B. Vaughn Bond, a C. Oh, Jim Leroy. I think I just drafted. Yeah. Road Warrior performs better when on the road. And Quincy Fortune, both A's. Perfect. What else can we do in free agency? Well, let's see. If we get Shohei, I don't know why he'd come here, but I made an offer, and I'm gonna see. We're currently the only team offering him that much. I'm still having my pick. Oh wait, no, that's by design. I'm actually fine with that. I am 100% fine with that. We are still ahead of everybody else in the Shohei Ohtani race. I'm trying to see if we can maybe snag somebody else. You want a 5-year deal? Yeah, I'll give you that. Phil Mayton. Give you 6 years and a player option. I'm sorry. Ahmed Rosario. Met in Cleveland. He just won a ring with Cleveland. And Cleveland's looking to bring him back. He'll take less money the longer the contract. I mean, I'm partial to that. I'll be fine with that. I can work with it. No one's making an offer for CJ Cron. Well, he's got no speed or no stealing. He's got power and contact, though. I will give him a 1-year offer for $3 million, though. Just so it's out there. Offers. I got a lot of offers out there. $81 million worth of offers. The Braves signed Ohtani. We did not get him. Oh, no. We got Harrison Bader. We got JD Martinez. He's getting a lot of money from me. That's probably not how you pronounce that name, but I don't care. We'll give you a standard 4-year contract. He's got an A. Now, for trading purposes, I can only make 3 trades in the offseason. So I can't just go like wild on them. We did get Kryermeyer. We got Matt Moore, who's been all over the place, apparently. There we go. We finally got him. Go to the draft. Oh, we're 3rd. Ooh. Yeah, I'm taking him. And we finally got Hader. All right. None of these guys are going to be, like, blow me out of the water. Good. I take that back. That's trade number 1. We got another closer. We have so many closers. Shintaro Fujinami. I'm absolutely trading you for prospects. I don't need another one, though. Oh, that's got to be it. He's a starter on my team. I don't think I need 2 of you. And no, I kept you because you were fast. And you're faster than him. So I'm going to keep... Actually, I'm going to see if I can trade you. This is going to be my final trade. Brendan Rodgers is a guy they already have. McMahon is a guy they could get rid of. And he would be an improvement at shortstop. I think this is the one we're going to go with. And I'm going to throw on some horrible player. And... okay. Alright, we're here. Oh, we could do this now? I will absolutely try to do this now. Were you the guy? Which one of you was... think it was you. I'm going to switch you to a relief pitcher instead of a closer. I think that was the only way that was ever going to work out. And we won our first game 8-3. He pitched 8 innings, got no no runs against him? What? How did you get no runs?
The Toronto Blue Jays got 12
oh, straight up. They're willing to do that trade straight up. I will do that. Yeah? All right. Cool. Ready to trade. Who's the youngest guy on here? What? Will we end the season under 100 wins? Under 100 losses, 63-98. That was not a good year. We did worse. Nothing happened. Just skip ahead a couple days. Oh, Seattle and Texas Rangers are going to Game 3. Padres and Milwaukee are going to Game 3. Cleveland and the Rays are going to Game 2. Cubs and the Giants. Cubs and the Giants are going to Game 3, and that's what we're waiting on. And the Giants win. Seattle loses to the Texas Rangers in 3. And the Padres beat Milwaukee in 3. We are now to the second round. Let's best of 5 series. Cleveland, the defending champions, are going to Game 5 against the New York Yankees. The Padres beat the first seed Dodgers to make it to the NLCS, and Atlanta wins again and makes it to the NLCS. They lost last time to the St. Louis Cardinals, who went on a miracle, a reverse sweep to knock Atlanta out, and then they got swept by the Cleveland Guardians. Meanwhile, in the American League, the Texas Rangers beat Houston. That's the second time Houston's lost in the ALDS. I think they got swept the first time, but this time they lose in 4, so they're a little bit more respectable. But Game 5 goes to New York. We will have a new champion this year. Texas versus New York. Padres against the Braves. Atlanta wins Game 1 and Game 2. And Texas and New York split it. Atlanta wins Game 3. Atlanta will not be denied. They were not going to get reverse swept this time. Texas against New York. Going to Game 5. Texas. Game 7. I don't know. Is this one in New York?
Here's your host, Justin Allegri. Inside the show. And now your host,
What?
Justin Allegri.
New York won. I was trying to find the game. Oh, just view today's games. I was looking at the wrong one. New York won it.
In the 7th and deciding game of the ALCS, the Yankees
Was it on this day? It was. Game 7 was in New York, and New York wins it 6-5. Atlanta versus New York. I actually don't know who. So Atlanta won. So the National League won the All-Star game. Game 1, 2, 6, and 7 are held in Atlanta. 3, 4, and 5 are held in New York. Atlanta wins the first 2 games, both games at home. Wins Game 3. And sweeps the Yankees to win Game 4. Alright, we're leading both of those. We got $17 million more to play with. If we wanted to bring somebody in for a prospect. For Joe Schmidt, yep. Joe Blow from Indiana. Welcome to the team. We got a Dems. Did we get Jensen? We got Jensen too. We do. Oh, thank Christ, that worked. We only have 4. We were projected to lose $164,000, and we got $5 million to work with. Did he accept it? Oh my God, he took it. Joe Schmidt. You know, that would actually be kind of nice. Trading away Joe Schmidt. I'll do it. I do have enough money for Verdugo. That $11 million per year for Verdugo. He's making a run for him. I'm just trying to get Verdugo. And we do get Verdugo. And you'll take that? Cool. We got $11 million still. Jose Alvarado up there. So, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Holy Christ, we finished the month of April. We have a winning record. We're third place in the division.
Guardians defeated the Rays in extra innings, 1-0. The Tigers
There you
totaled
go.
11 hits as they beat the Royals
Upgraded
in
at
Kauffman
first
Stadium.
base. We're doing halfway decent now. We've actually got something going. The Angels have come to me with a trade offer. They are willing to give me... He would actually be a starter. Yes, I will take that. Cliff Little, he's so young, though. He's almost as good as Zach Geloff. Zach Geloff on the... He is in AAA. I will do that. Pass. We swept them. Oh, Lord, we swept them. All right. We're in first place in the division. Brendan Rodgers. Ryan McMahon. You would do that straight up? All right, my trade deadline trade is here. Cool. 1 for 1.
Welcome to Inside the Show.
We are a
Starting
game
in the AL West, the
and a
A's
half ahead of the
completed a
Texas
three-game
Rangers.
series.
We're 2.5 games ahead. 3.5. 4.5 games ahead. I think we've just clinched the playoff spot. We did. We are 98-64. We have won the division. We'll be going to the wild card game. Never mind, we'll be taking on whoever wins the wild card game between the Texas Rangers and Seattle. 2 division rivals. We got some league leaders. We got a lot of league leaders. Holy Christ. Casey Mays leads the league in ERA at 2.54. He leads it in winning percentage at 8.810. Jose Alvarado at 55 saves or closer. And Shane Bieber leads the league in innings pitched and WAR at 4.8. And on the offensive side of things, Estuary Ruiz, stolen bases 38. Awards, Jose Alvarado wins Delivery Man of the Year. Either. Seattle beats Texas. I'm just looking at our side of the bracket. We'll look at everything else in a second. And Seattle sweeps the Texas Rangers. We're taking on Seattle in the American League Division Series. We're the first seed. We're above Toronto. I actually didn't even notice that. All right, one more game. All right, the wild card round is over. Seattle beat the Texas Rangers, and we'll be taking on us, the Oakland Athletics. The Yankees beat Cleveland in what was the divisional series matchup last year. Is now the wild card matchup this year. The Yankees will take on Toronto. Over in the National League, the Padres took on the Mets, and the Mets knocked out the Padres. And the Cubs took on Milwaukee, and the Cubs will move on. Atlanta is back, the number 2 seed again. The Dodgers are back. The new faces this time around. I think the Cubs weren't here. The Mets weren't here. Oakland, us, we weren't here. Seattle wasn't here, and Toronto wasn't here. Like, the whole field over on the American League is all different except for the New York Yankees. On the other side of the field for the National League, the number 1 and number 2 are the same. Here we go. We got our first game. Shane Bieber versus Luis Castillo. He won 1 game. He played in one of the wild card games. He won it. He went 8 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2.25 ERA. Shane Bieber. We do not have 4 lineups. Ooh, okay. Shane Bieber wins the game 1. Goes 8 innings. He gives up what appears to be 1 run.
Welcome to the show, baseball fans.
This is a home game. We won game 1 at home. Tariq Skubal loses game 2. We head to Seattle. Jake Flaherty wins game 6. Games 3, 6-5. Everett Lopez came in relief. This game went to extras. And he does. He puts it away and he gets the win. flawless 6-7-3 victory. The Oakland Athletics have defeated the Seattle Mariners, and they move on to the ALCS, and they'll take on either the New York Yankees or the Toronto Blue Jays. Meanwhile, over in the National League, every other game series went to a Game 5, except Oakland. Oh, the Mets beat the Dodgers, and Atlanta beats the Cubs to make it to the NLCS for the third consecutive year. Meanwhile, over in the ALCS, will the New York Yankees return? No, they get knocked out by the Toronto Blue Jays, and we move on to the ALCS between Oakland and Toronto, and the NLCS against New York and Atlanta.
In the fifth and deciding game of the AL.
Game 1, Casey Mize loses. He gets shelled in this game. I did not mean to do that. I accidentally simmed the whole damn thing. I did not want to do that. Atlanta wins again. I meant to hit sim through date. Shane Bieber lost. We went down 3-0, and we came back and screamed a 3-3 victory, or 3-3 setting. And Shane Bieber pissed it all away and got shelled for. I wanted to view box score, and oh my God, he got shelled in inning 1. He didn't even finish the inning. Oh, team revenue. Oh, we made so much money last year, we actually get to spend some more. All right. Hey, what do you know? It's a novel concept when you have a good team that people want to come out and watch you actually make more money. Who knew? What do we need? According to this, nothing. But I don't like that. I don't like that answer. I'm going to scalp the Toronto Blue Jays of their... They knocked us out. We're taking Vladimir Guerrero. We're gonna skin our enemies alive and wear them as a suit. This is just meant to free up some money, so I'm fine with that. The Blue Jays again. Let's go 7. Backload that motherfucker. Go with that. God, that is massively over what they're asking for. All right, we got Kyle Tucker. All right, that's one of the 3. One of them. Let's just go with that. Just make a nice little move, get some money. I'm still the only people in play. I'm still over paying everybody else for Vladimir Guerrero, and he's still not signing yet. Speak of the devil. There he is. And we got Boba Chet. We just took 2 of the top 3 players, or probably the 2 top players of Toronto. Let's see if we can get some relievers out of this. Ricky Tideman, he's young. Okay, another center fielder. Yeah, actually, I'm not against that. Go for it. Center fielder, Michael King. What do you want? You want Quincy Fortune. Alright. Give you Quincy. Dwayne. Scott Riggs. Yeah. Good with that. Oh my lord, I could.
The New York Yankees.
I'm doing it. Dude, the National League won again. All-star voting. No starting pitcher, Jose Alvarado. That's 1 all-star. 2 all-stars in Vladimir Guerrero. Bo Bichette is 3. Alex Verdugo is 4. Luis Robert Jr. is 5. Carl Tucker is 6. We had 6 all-stars. We need to win one of these games and we're above 100. I think that'll be great. 101 and 61. Number 1 in the league. And all right, let's look at the league leaders. Oh, only 1 for pitching. Jake Flaherty, a winning percentage at .773. And a lot when it comes to batting. Bo Bichette 122 RBIs. Alex Verdugo got 205 hits, and Bo Bichette had 126 runs, and that was the league's leading awards. 3 Gold Gloves, Vladimir Guerrero, Brendan Rodgers, and Kyle Tucker. And Bo Bichette was the American League MVP, above 300 average, 44 home runs, and 122 RBIs, along with, did it say 205 runs? 126 runs. So we'll see how this goes. Cleveland wins game 1. Texas wins game 2. They go to game 3. We take on the Texas Rangers. All right. Minnesota beats the Chicago White Sox to make it to the ALDS. The Padres beat the Phillies, and the Mets beat the Dodgers. First guy up is Shane Bieber taking on Jacob deGrom. 10-4 victory. Tariq Skubal, who loses game 2. Grayson Rodriguez, we traded for him in the middle of the season. He comes through clutch with a win. Jake Flaherty loses. We go to game 5. Can the Oakland Athletics win in game 5? Yes, they do. 8-2, baby. A gem of a game from Casey Mize. He only gave up two runs. Only gave up 2 runs, and that was at the end of the 8th, and they let him finish, I believe, the inning. They did. 5 hits, no walks, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. And Everett Lopez, the reliever, the guy we drafted, by the way, comes through. Oh, my controller has died.
Have a great day. Enjoy the games.
What he just said. All right, so now we are looking at Tampa Bay, but we'll see how it goes. Atlanta, as I said, won game 1. Good roster. Shane Bieber wins game 1, 11-2. Oh, JT Ginn gives it up. Oh my God, a 36 ERA. Tariq Skubal left after the 5th inning.
As they defeated the A's in Oakland 14-9.
No, he left in the 6th. That's what happened. He never got anybody out in the 6th.
And that'll do it for today's postseason.
And he gave up a run. So he gave up 4, and then they took him out. JT Ginn eventually came in, and he gave up 4 runs. Oh my God. All right. That's not good. That's really bad. But we split the series there. We head over. Grayson Rodriguez comes in, and he wins game 3. We lose game 4. Casey Mize gets a shutout in game number 5. We went to extra innings to do that, by the way. Casey Mize gave up 5 hits and 5 strikeouts, and got 5 strikeouts. He didn't give up a run. And Everett Lopez, pitching 2 innings in relief, gives up 1 hit, gets 2 strikeouts, and picks up the win. We are leading the series going home. Shane Bieber versus Shane McClanahan. And in a tight race, we lose. We go to game 7. Atlanta's waiting. This is the 3rd time they're here.
Here's a recap of yesterday's playoff baseball.
Tampa Bay
Game 6 of the American League Championship
versus
Series.
Oakland.
The Braves pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they defeated the A's in Oakland 1-0.
Will
They have now
the
tied
Oakland
series at 3
Athletics
games apiece and forced
make
a
it
decisive
to
Game 7.
the World
And that's all
Series?
for today's show. See
They will. They will. 14-4 with a 5-run first and an 8-run third. They punch their ticket to the dance. Grayson Rodriguez goes into game 1 and wins. They beat Shohei Ohtani in a duel. Jake Flaherty versus Spencer Strider, loss. We move into game number 3, Casey Mize against Max Fried. Max Fried apparently has only played in 1 inning, and 1 inning is all he needed because he played another 9. He pitched the not a perfect game, the full game, a complete game. Shane Bieber against Ohtani. Oh boy, it's now crunch time. Here we go. This is where we actually get to play some games. is when they get to elimination in the World Series.
Let's jump into the latest news.
Let's
from
go
around
with
Major
the
League
yellow.
Baseball tonight.
Grayson,
And that'll do it
he's
for
got
today's
the best
postseason
so
recap.
far.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
The two best teams in the entire league are duking it out. It is Game 5. Andrew Benintendi gets up to bat. He gets a single. Ohtani comes up and flies out to left field. And Benintendi goes to steal, and he gets caught. Ronald Acuna gets a single. I'm assuming that was supposed to be a hit and run, but it didn't work out, and a strikeout. We now move to the bottom of the first. Willie Adames is up. He grounds out. Verdugo pops up, and another ground out ends it. No hits, 1-2-3 inning. Matt Olson up to bat, grounds out. Raymond Arias singles. Anthony Santander, an all-star. He was with the Yankees prior to the trade deadline, so he must have got traded. Raymond Arias steals second, but Santander strikes out. Sean Murphy, the catcher, comes up. He is posting a .205 average during the postseason. He gets a double, but he gets thrown out at home. We end the top of the second with a out at home plate. Luis Robert Jr. comes up. He strikes out. Vladimir Guerrero gets a walk. Kyle Tucker lines out, and Brendan Rodgers grounds out. Still no hits for the Oakland Athletics, but we did get a runner on the bases. Ozzie Albies gets a single. Andrew Benintendi immediately gets into a double play on the first pitch. Shohei Ohtani comes up, and he flies out again. Massive power right there. He has the opportunity, normally, to knock any ball that gets thrown to him out of the park. We now move to the bottom of the third. Cabrian Hayes grounds out. Danny Jensen lines out, and Willie Adames gets a single. The first hit for the Oakland Athletics comes in the bottom of the third. Once we go to the back of the top of the inning, Alex Verdugo flies out, so it doesn't matter. We now move to the top of the fourth. Ronald Acuna Jr. grounds out, followed by Austin Riley getting a single. And a double play ends the top of the fourth. We move to the bottom of the fourth. Bo Bichette gets a single to lead off the inning. Luis Robert Jr. strikes out. Vladimir Guerrero gets a walk. We have runners for the first time for the Oakland Athletics. They have a runner in scoring position. Well, Kyle Tucker comes up. He pops up. 2 outs to go. Brandon Rodgers comes up, and he strikes out, stranding one runner in scoring position. Raymond Arias at the top of the fifth strikes out. Anthony Santana follows that with a fly out. Sean Murphy grounds out. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Cabrian Hayes grounds out. Danny Jensen grounds out. Willie Adames strikes out. 1-2-3 inning. Beautiful pitching by Mike Soroka tonight. Ozzie Albies leads off the inning with a fly out. Anthony Benintendi gets a single. Shohei Ohtani gets into a double play. And Alex Verdugo, 2-time All-Star since he's been with the Oakland Athletics, strikes out. The American League MVP steps up to bat and gets to base on an error. Luis Robert Jr., fielder's choice. He is now at first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets up and he grounds out. We go to the top of the seventh. Ronald Acuna Jr. gets a walk. Austin Riley comes up and gets a double, and the first run scores at the top of the seventh. Matt Olson comes up. There is a pitching change. GT Ginn is up. I am stepping in because, no, I remember what he did. I am not making a substitution. I'm going to the bullpen. I am warming up Jose Alvarado and Michael King. We will go back to fast forward. JT Ginn with runner at second against Matt Olson, strikes him out. Raymond Arias gets a single. Anthony Santander comes up and gets a sacrifice fly, and followed by a strikeout to end the inning. It is the bottom of the seventh. Kyle Tucker grounds out. Brendan Rodgers flies out, and Cabrian Hayes pops out to end the seventh. Only 2 hits for the Oakland Athletics in this contest so far. At the start of the 8th, the Oakland Athletics put in their closer to try and keep the damage minimal. First guy he faces, he grounds out, and and followed by Andrew Benintendi, also grounding out. And Shohei Ohtani finally gets a hit, and it's a not a grand slam, but it's a home run out of the park. We move to the bottom of the eighth. Danny Jensen grounds out. Willie Adames grounds out. Alex Verdugo gets a single. Bo Bichette gets another single. Luis Robert Jr. gets a single. A run scores, and we are done. It's a 3-1 ball game. Vladimir Guerrero comes up. A new pitcher comes out to meet him, and he gets a triple. We have a tie game going into the top of the ninth. But right now we got a runner at third. Kyle Tucker is there. He gets a single. The Oakland Athletics are up 4-3, and just like that, the turn of events. Just like that, the bats come alive for 5 straight hits to send the game into a potential Game 6. We will see a fielder's choice. It all depends on how Jose Alvarado does in this round. In this inning. Top of the ninth. 3 outs, and Oakland forces a Game 6 strikeout. Oh, we switch out. Jose Alvarado comes out. We put in Michael King to close out the game. He gets a ground out, and a ground out. The Oakland Athletics have won 4-3. We're going to a Game 6.
In an elimination game, you
Woo!
see your season quickly coming to an end. It can be a bit nerve-wracking, but they were able to settle things down, come out and play really good baseball in this one. They get the win, and the series continues. Who knows? Maybe they'll
That could have gone. That could have gone a lot worse.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned
Wow.
out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of
And
those
we did that
games
with 2 outs, by the way. That was 5 straight hits with 2 outs to get all those runs. Wow. Oh, yeah, let's go with this. These horrible-looking jerseys. He could probably go again, though. We are going to go. Should we play the hot hand? He is doing well. I think we should go with Tariq here. Tariq, he's the most fresh guy we got. Here we go. Game 6 of the World Series. Oakland versus Atlanta.
All right, ready to get under.
We head to the top of the game, top of the first. Willie Adames comes up to bat. He gets a single, unlike 2 days ago, where we didn't get our first hit until like inning number 4. We start out with 1. A fly up of Verdugo. Bichette gets another single. We've already got a runner in scoring position. A ground out sends both of them over to second and third. Vladimir Guerrero steps up to the plate, and he grounds out, stranding 2 runners in scoring position. That's all right, because Therese Skubal comes up to pitch at the top of the bottom of the first. Bobby Witt Jr. is up to bat. He grounds out. Benintendi flies out, and Ronald Acuna Jr. grounds out to end it. 1-2-3 inning. Kyle Tucker comes up to bat. He strikes out. Brandon Rogers, unlike Kyle Tucker, he actually waits and he gets a walk. Cabrian Hayes comes up and he pops out, and Danny Jensen strikes out to end the first run through the lineup for the Oakland Athletics. We head to the bottom of the second. Austin Riley, the 4-man, coming up to take Skubal. Grounds out. Matt Olson strikes out, and Shohei flies out. 1-2-3 inning. One more time. The road to perfection is still open. We move up to the top of the order at the top of the third. Willie Adames gets a double. Verdugo grounds out. Bichette grounds out, and he gets struck out. The third runner in scoring position so far in 2 innings. 3 innings stranded on the bases. To the 7th man, Tariq Skubal strikes him out. Strikes out Sean Murphy, and Albies gets a home run. The first hit of the game for Atlanta sends them up 1-0. Bobby Witt Jr. comes back with a single, and he strikes out the 2-man to get out of the inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. comes up. He gets a single. Kyle Tucker gets a walk. An error. Bases are loaded for Cabrian Hayes. He strikes out. A ground out, but we have tied up the game 1-1. Willie Adames comes up with runners at second and third. He gets a walk. The bases are loaded for Alex Verdugo, an all-star. He gets a fielder's choice, stranding 2 runners in scoring position. That is 5 through 4 innings. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The 3-man, Ronald Acuna Jr., grounds out. Austin Riley gets a single. Matt Olson gets a double play to end the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th. Bo Bichette, American League MVP, flies out. Luis Robert Jr. grounds out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets a walk in time for Kyle Tucker to come up and hit a ground out, ending the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Shohei Ohtani comes up. He flies out. Santander follows in with a ground out, and we got a walk from Sean Murphy. Albies comes up. He had just hit the home run 2-3 innings ago, and he flies out this time. He got some good wood underneath it, but that was all she wrote. Brandon Rogers comes up, flies out. Brian Hayes strikes out, and Danny Jensen gets a walk before Willie Adames also gets a walk. Verdugo comes up. He gets a single. Bases are loaded for American League MVP Bo Bichette. 2 pop up and do nothing. We head to the top of the bottom of the 6th. Bobby Witt Jr. comes up with it. That's the 3rd run through the order for the Atlanta Braves. He gets a single. Benintendi. Oh, before Benintendi even does anything, Bobby Witt Jr. steals the base. Benintendi grounds out. Ronald Acuna Jr. strikes out, and Austin Riley gets a walk. Matt Wilson is up. 2 outs to go, and a single through the gap. Or not through the gap. Slap hit through the infield. Scores Bobby Witt Jr. Shohei Ohtani comes up and flies out. Is a 2-1 ball game at the top of the 5th. Lewis Robert Jr. Oh, we have a pitching change for the Atlanta Braves. Rafael Montero comes up. Will he do anything against Lewis Robert Jr.? No, he walks him immediately. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets walked too. Kyle Tucker gets a single. Bases are loaded for Brendan Rodgers, who gets a pop-up. We have another pitching change. Brian Hayes gets a grand slam. Holy son of a bitch. Danny Jensen comes up. He immediately strikes out. Willie Adames gets a walk. Verdugo strikes out. We head to the bottom of the 7th after the 7th inning stretch. 5-2 off of Brian Hayes grand slam at Game 6 of the World Series. Tariq Skubal is still in the game. Anthony Santander gets a double. Will that be it for Tariq? It is. It is the reliever, Everett Lopez. He's up. Sean Murphy gets a flyout. Albies gets a ground out. Bobby Witt Jr. gets a strikeout. We end the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. American League MVP Bo Bichette is going to face Huascar Winona? I don't know. I don't make the names. He gets immediately gets walked. Luis Robert Jr. hits into a double play, and Vladimir Guerrero gets a ground out. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 5-2. The Atlanta Braves only got 2 more sets of 3 outs to make up the difference and win. Everett Lopez takes on Andrew Benintendi. Nope, never mind. Michael King comes out, and he immediately gives up a single. Never mind, it's a double play, and a ground out sends us to the top of the 9th. Can the Oakland Athletics get any more insurance runs to try and send the game into a Game 7 of the World Series? Kyle Tucker reaches base on an error, followed by a ground out, but Kyle Tucker makes it to second. Brian Hayes, off of hitting a grand slam, strikes out. And Danny Jensen strikes out too. We head to the bottom of the 9th. It is a 5-2 ball game. Jose Alvarado, the closer, comes into pitch. I just realized the left side of the screen is a little dogged. You can hardly see. You just see like the 58 of the at bat. That's fine. We'll deal with that the next time. Matt Olson comes up. He strikes out. Shohei Ohtani flies out. And Anthony Santana grounds out. The Oakland Athletics have won 5-2, forcing a Game 7 off of a Brian Hayes grand slam. We are going to game number 7. The final. We are not starting Jake Flaherty. He has not had a good time. Game 7 of the World Series. We're just going to wear the normal Rhoda uniforms today. It's got to be Shane. It's got to be Shane. He's the guy. He's the guy we got to rely on. And we head into Game 7 of the World Series. All right, at the top of the game, Kyle Tucker is out there to face Max Fried. Max Fried is has only pitched in 10 innings throughout the entire postseason, but still he has pitched a 1.03 walks, hits, innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, a 1.69 ERA with a 1 win and no losses. Kyle Tucker immediately gets up and he gets walked, followed by a Luis Robert Jr. pop-up. Bo Bichette, American League MVP, comes up, slaps a single through the infield, but Kyle Tucker does not make it much further because it goes to the left fielder. Brendan Rodgers is up. He gets a single, but he gets thrown out at home for 2 outs. Estuary Ruiz is here, and he flies out. That might have been enough. That might have been a sac fly had he not tried to run, but that is just how things go. Shane Bieber comes up. He has pitched in 30 innings in the postseason, 29 strikeouts, a 2.64 ERA, a win-loss of 2.2, and a walks hits innings pitch of .82. We start the bottom of the first with Andrew Benintendi, who gets a ground out. Shohei comes up, and he gets walked. Ronald Acuna Jr. gets a flyout, and Austin Riley gets a double, and Ohtani scores from first. Matt Olson comes up and strikes out. And just like that, end of the first, and the Oakland Athletics are already down a run. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. comes up at the top of the second, gets ground out. Willie Adames pops up, and Brian Hayes gets a ground out. 1-2-3 inning, back to the bottom of the second. Ramon Urias gets a single. Santana gets a single. And Sean Murphy gets a walk. For Ozzie Albies. He gets a ground out, but he does get a run to score. Andrew Benintendi gets a ground out. He gets another run to score, and Ohtani flies out already. Top of the third, 3-0 for Atlanta. Danny Jansen flies out. Kyle Tucker flies out. Luis Robert Jr. flies out. Another 1-2-3 inning. Shane Bieber is back up. Ronald Acuna Jr. strikes out. Austin Riley walks. Matt Olson flies out. And a fielder's choice sends the game to the top of the fourth. Bo Bichette, American League MVP, gets a ground out. Brendan Rodgers strikes out. Esther Ruiz flies out. Another 1-2-3 inning. The bats have fallen silent after the first. Anthony Santana flies out. Sean Murphy grounds out. Albies flies out. Top of the fifth. Vladimir flies out. Adames. Another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Andrew Benintendi flies out. Ohtani strikes out. Acuna strikes out. Jansen comes up, flies out, ground out. We got a double. We got a hit. American League MVP Bo Bichette comes up and gets a single, but he doesn't score. Which leads Brendan Rodgers to get another single, and this time he does score. Esther Ruiz flies out, but this time it's a 3-1 ball game. Only down by 2 runs. Bottom of the 6th, Austin Riley comes up, gets walked. Matt Olson comes up, gets a single. We finally have a pitching change. JT Ginn comes in. I am going to do the same thing I did in Game 5. I am putting up Michael King and Jose Alvarado. And a double, a strikeout, and a pop-up. It is 4-1 at the top of the 7th. Vladimir Guerrero is up. He flies out. Adames grounds out. And Brian Hayes lines out. JT Ginn. Ground out, ground out, ground out. 1-2-3, top of the 8th. Danny Jansen, pop out. Single. We got a pitching change to Matt Brash. Bo Bichette, American League MVP, flies out. We're coming down to the end of the wire here. Ronald Acuna Jr. ground out. Austin Riley walks. And Matt Olson gets a 2-run home run. He steals the base. Alex Reyes comes in. And here we go, top of the 9th.
All set to start the 9th in this one. Now it's Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers is the only guy who went 2 for 3 today.
Back to work. There's a strike.
Oh, that was a really that came by a lot slower than I thought it would.
He was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. In the air,
Well, that's is that dropping?
ranging after it.
Nope.
He's got it. One down. And now the right fielder,
Esteury Ruiz, or Estuary as I say.
That
Oof.
one's in there,
Oh, no.
Division series.
I sacrificed a bracelet.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. I did not mean to do that. Vladimir Guerrero is up. It is the top of the 9th, 2 outs. Oakland needs 5 runs to tie the game.
First pitch. Bounce to the left side.
Oh, and he slaps it through past the third baseman for a single. Runner at first. Could this be the start of a 2-out rally? It happened in Game 5. They scored 4 runs in Game 5 to win it, to come back and actually have enough to to force a Game 6. Can they do it again? No, they cannot. He missed it. He swung high and he missed it. The Atlanta Braves have won their third back-to-back, no, second championship. That might have been their third. I'm not 100% sure on that. Vladimir Guerrero was the playoff MVP. He was of the losing team. He was the postseason MVP. Not okay. And the Oakland Athletics lose in Game 7. Will they be able to come back here the next season? We will find out. Oh, no. The third base and the hitting coach said no. Let's see. I don't think there's much we could do to increase our team's chance. Oh my God. I take that back. There's one thing we can do. Oh, the Brewers came by, offered more. Yeah. We don't need Ryan Mountcastle. Ozzy Coronado, a 79 overall 18-year-old. Don't mind if I do. All right, and then right. Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. There we go. 19-14 through the first part of the season. 2-2, 2-4, 4-3, 3-2, and 2-0. With Ian Anderson being 3-0 in the bullpen. Nice. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Ooh, reliever. I'll do that. 4 games ahead of the Rangers. 4 games ahead. We have clinched the division once again. And we finished at 99-63. We did not win. We did not get over 100, but we did bypass the wild card round. The Texas Rangers make it, as do the Tampa Bay Rays, the Dodgers and the Brewers, and Atlanta wins in their first game. Atlanta's back again. Oh, let's take a look. I forgot to look. Oh my Lord. League leaders in pitching. Grayson Rodriguez, strikeouts 214. Sandy Alcantara, ERA at 2.19, complete games 6, and innings pitches 234. For hitting, Kyle Tucker, batting average. Kyle Tucker had a year, 208 hits, 344 batting average, and a WAR of 9. I wouldn't be surprised if he won the MVP with that. Tariq Skubal won the Cy Young Award. The Gold Glove Awards go to Vladimir Guerrero, Brendan Rodgers, Cabrian Hayes, and Kyle Tucker. And MVP? Batting title. Who got the MVP? Riley Green. Oh, wait, no, hold up. Rafael Devers. Bo Bichette was in the running. Former American League MVP. Texas Rangers. We beat them Game 1. We beat them Game 2. We lose Game 3. And we win Game 4 to take on Tampa Bay. Once again, Tampa Bay, the Dodgers. Oh my Lord, the Atlanta Braves have finally been knocked out of the playoffs. This is the first time, I think, in 5 years that Atlanta did not make the NLCS. The Dodgers and the Brewers did. We head over to the American League, though. It is Tampa Bay against the Oakland Athletics. Game 1 goes to Oakland. Game 2 goes to Oakland. We head over to Tampa Bay for Game 3, and we lose 5-0. Tariq Skubal, Cy Young Award winner, wins Game 4, and will we win Game 5? We do, with a 3-0 gem from Jake Flaherty. We head to the World Series, potentially against the Dodgers or the Milwaukee Brewers, and it will be the Oakland Athletics against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Oh, and this time, actually, it seems we have home field advantage. Oh no, never mind. It's it says home. It looks weird, but it is Are we at home? Are we the home team? We are the home team. I didn't know that. All right, so game 1 and 2 and 6 and 7 are home for us. Game 1, Casey Mize loses 7-0. Game 2, we win, but we split on the road. We have to go to Los Angeles, and we have to win one of these games. We lose game 3. We lose game 4, and we're right back where we were last year, folks. We're going into game 5. Down 3-1. And you know who we turn to when the going gets tough. All right, at the top of the first inning, Corbin Burns looking out on Kyle Tucker. Corbin Burns is 1-2 on the for the postseason so far. He has a 5.65 ERA in the postseason. Out of 14 innings, he's got 10 strikeouts, and he's averaging about 1.5 walks or hits per inning. We start off, Kyle Tucker gets a walk. There's the one. And we'll see, does Alex Verdugo, all-star Alex Verdugo, strikes out, and a double play ends it. We head to the bottom of the first. Sandy Alcantara, the midseason trade acquisition, pitches to Miguel Vargas, and he gets a single. Gavin Lux flies out. A fielder's choice with Johan Duran. And another out. We head to the top of the second. Corbin Burns faces Luis Robert Jr. Flies out. Another fly out by Guerrero Jr. And Brandon Rogers gets a double before Brian Hayes strikes out. Bottom of the second. Spencer Torkelson walks. Brendan Donovan gets a pop-up. Lane Thomas hits into a double play. We head to the top of the third. Jordan Westberg gets a strikeout. Danny Jensen gets a line out, and Kyle Tucker grounds out. 1, 2, 3, third, top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Tyler Ward gets a fly out. Real Muto gets a single before Miguel Vargas comes up, flies out. Gavin Lux swatches as Real Muto gets a stolen base before he himself walks. Before Jaron Duran pops up, leaving 2 on the bases. Alex Verdugo, all-star, gets a walk. Former American League MVP Bo Bichette flies out. Luis Robert Jr. gets on base with an error. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets a single, bats in a run. Brandon Rogers follows it up with a double play, but the Oakland Athletics are up 1-0 in this game. Sandy Alcantara faces Max Muncy, who gets a single. Torkelson gets another single. Runs at first and second. Bottom of the fourth, no outs. Brendan Donovan gets into a fielder's choice. The force out at third. It is first and second with 1 out. As Lane Thomas comes up, he gets a fly out, and Tyler Ward grounds out. No runs allowed in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth, Brian Hayes gets a single. Jordan Westberg strikes out. Danny Jensen strikes out. Kyle Tucker gets a single. First and second, 2 outs. Alex Verdugo, all-star, gets a 3-run home run. Bo Bichette, former American League MVP, flies out. It is 4-0. Oakland over Los Angeles. Sandy Alcantara gets a pop-up from Real Muto. Vargas gets a fly-out, and Lux gets struck out. We head to the top of the sixth. Luis Robert Jr. waits as the pitching change happens, and then he immediately slaps a double as Vladimir Guerrero grounds out. Brandon Rogers grounds out, and Brian Hayes, surprisingly, gets a 2-run home run. Jordan Westberg gets a single, and Jansen flies out. 6-0 Oakland Raiders. Raiders Athletics, I mean, they're not even in Oakland anymore. Just like the Athletics might not have been if it were not for the fact that they decided to start spending money. Jaron Duran gets a strikeout. Max Muncy gets a single. Torkelson gets a flyout, and Brandon Donovan walks. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Lane Thomas grounds out. We head to the top of the seventh. Kyle Tucker grounds out. Verdugo grounds out. And Bichette grounds out. 1, 2, 3 ground party. We head to Tyler Ward, who gets walked. Real Muto strikes out. Vargas walks. First and second. 1 out. Bottom of the seventh. Lux flies out. And Duran gets a double. 2-run scores. It is a 6-2 ball game. And it is now a 6-4 ball game. Torkelson waits for the pitching change. Michael King comes out and immediately gets him to fly out. Luis Robert Jr. waits for Jamie Barria to come up, fly out, line out, ground out, whatever kind of out you can come up with. That's what happened at the top of the eighth. We head to the bottom. Brandon Donovan gets a ground out. Lane Thomas gets a ground out. And Tyler Ward gets a triple. We have a runner at third with 2 outs. Real Muto gets a single, knocks him in. It is a 6-5 ball game. Vargas gets a single. We have another pitch and change to Alex Reyes. Lux. Oh, we have a pinch runner. Howell comes in. Lux gets hit by a pitch. Durant gets ground out. It is the top of the ninth. It is the top of the ninth. As Cabrian Hayes comes up to bat. He gets a single. He is 3 for 4 on the day. Jordan Westbrook flies out. Jansen gets a single, getting his first hit of the ball game. Kyle Tucker gets a single. We have runners out, all bases with one out as all-star Alex Verdugo gets a single. Makes it a 7-5 ball game. Still one out, bases loaded. Bobachek gets a fielder's choice, and they make the force out at home to prevent another run. Lewis Robert Jr. grounds out. We head to the top, the bottom of the ninth, the final 3 outs for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We have the pitch and change. The Oakland Athletics bring in their closer. Line out, a double, a pop out, and a fly out. The Oakland Athletics have outlasted the Dodgers 7-5. We have forced a game 6. We are heading back to Oakland to finish this series. We're going with the GOAT, Jake Flaherty. He had a phenomenal game 1, and we've not done well ever since. We're going to try and see how that goes here tonight. Let's go. Welcome to Game 6 of the World Series. We're back here in Oakland. A single to Vargas, a fly out to Lux. Oh, runners at first and second to start out. Jack Flaherty is looking a little bit flustered. He strikes him out. A walk, bases loaded for Brandon Donovan, who splits a score on an error. Lane Thomas gets a single. It is a 3-0 ball game. Another walk. Oh my Lord! Finally, 4 runs scored at the top of the first. What a horrible start for Jake Flaherty and the Oakland Athletics. But let's see, can the Oakland Athletics come back and respond? Fly out, ground out, fly out. 1, 2, 3. No, they cannot. Single, fielder's choice, walk, sack, fly. Finally, a pitching change is made. It is a 6-0 ball game, and it is at the bottom of the second. Luis Robert Jr. gets a single, followed by an immediate double play by Vladimir Guerrero. Kyle Tucker gets another single and a pop-up. Send it back to the top of the third. A 1-2-3 inning sends it back to the bottom of the third. Cabrian Hayes strikes out. Jansen pops out. 1-2-3 to end the third. Top of the fourth. Walk, fly out, single. Another single. It is a 7-0 ball game. Oh, here we go. The bats have finally come. Well, never mind. A double play ends the series. Bottom of the fifth. Runners at second and third. Jason Dominguez comes up and he pops out. Single, walk, double. Oh my Lord, 2-run home run. It looks as though the Dodgers are going to win this game.
Bottom of the 6th. Here's Alex Verdugo.
There's going to be a miracle needed for this.
Montgomery back to work. Liner, base hit.
Waste no time.
Jim here tonight.
Fly ball to right.
And a fly ball out to right field gets him out. That's the first out of the inning.
The pitch. Snags it.
And a line drive to third base. It is not looking too incredibly good here.
As his dad.
Oh, and he swings and a miss on the circle change, strikes him out. We head
We go to the top of the 7th.
to the top.
And now it's Gavin Lux.
Here comes Quincy Fortune.
Gets the call from the pen.
1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th.
Infielder. Wow, really impressive.
That one is absolutely belted. Back there. And it's
Caught on the warning track. He is out. It was, in fact, a 1-2-3 inning. We head back to the top of the 8th. Quincy Fortune gets another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th, and the Oakland A's have an almost insurmountable mountain to climb. They are down by 11 to the plate.
Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. He dives, but can't hang on. That's a
He
base
gets
hit.
a single, a 2-out single at the bottom of the 8th. Bo Bichette is back up to bat. There, looks like it went right down the center of the plate.
Throws to first.
Damn, and he is out. Well, Quincy Fortune or Michael King, depending on who comes in. Ben Joyce, another 1-2-3 inning, and the Oakland Athletics have to do what they haven't done all game. They have to score 11 times to tie and 12 times to win. And he hits it over into. He beats the shift.
And that rolls into the corner.
And he might have been able to make it to third if he ran for it, but he ran at second. He headed back. It is a 2-out double. And a pop-up will end it. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are World Series champions once again. The Oakland Athletics lose at home in game number 6, giving up 11 runs. Wow. I made a horrible decision starting Jake Flaherty. Finally, Luis Castillo. There we go. Finally got him. Alright, let's just go for it. Hey, the AL finally won a game. Sweet Lord. Hey, we got 5 players on the All-Star list. Yeah, we're only 6 games above 500. What the hell? Okay, we need to do something here. Catcher. That's what needs to be done.
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting out west in the American League, the Astros had 12 hits as a team as they defeated the A's in Oakland 4-3. Entering the day's action, the A's are in second place in the AL.
Oh, we lost great series against the Mariners. That's not. There was a team that would have been better to lose against. It sure as hell was not the Mariners. We are at 80 games. 84. We are 1 game ahead of the Mariners. We do have a series with them coming up. We are tied. We lose game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. We have a very small grip on the division lead. As long as we keep winning, we're only a game ahead of the Mariners. We're still only a game ahead of the Mariners. We win. Game ahead. Alright, we win this game, we're in. We didn't, but they also lost, and we're the second best in the league. And the Texas Rangers win. It'll be Texas versus Oakland, Seattle versus Tampa Bay, Dodgers against the Braves, and Arizona Diamondbacks against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 2 teams we haven't seen before here. Sandy Alcantara loses game 1. What the fuck happened in game 2? 23-10. Logan Gilbert pitched the whole damn inning, you know. What the fuck? Okay. We have to head to Texas. We have to win one of these 2 games. We are in an elimination game. We will go to game 5. Jake Flaherty in elimination. Will we win? We do. We have to take on the Seattle Mariners. Sandy Alcantara wins game 1. Rodriguez wins game 2. We head to Seattle. We win game 3, and we lose game 4, and we win game 5. We are having a rematch with the Los Angeles Dodgers. We win game 1. We lose game 2. This is so far seeming a repeat, but this time we flip the script. We are now up 2-1. 3, 2, 1. The Oakland Athletics, for the first time, have a chance to win the World Series. The Dodgers have to win all 3 to win. Oakland has to win one. At the top of the first inning, Kyle Tucker comes out, strikes out. Verdugo gets a single. Former American League MVP Bo Bichette flies out, and a strikeout ends the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Strikeout, 1, 2, 3 with 2 groundouts. Top of the second, Vladimir Guerrero strikes out. Coronado, a trade made, I believe, 2 seasons ago, pans out as he is now starting with a 310 average, but he strikes out, so he won't be increasing that. 3 straight strikeouts to end the top of the second. Mookie Betts flies out, ground out, strikeout. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. Only 1 hit has been allowed through 12 at-bats. Brian Hayes comes up, pops out. Henry Davis gets a single. Tucker gets a single. Runs at first and second with a run out. Verdugo strikes out. Former American League MVP Bo Bichette gets a single, drives in a run. Oakland is up 1-0. Luis Robert Jr. strikes out. Bottom of the third, Dalton Varsho. Ground out, fly out, fly out. So far, the perfect game is going on through 3 innings. Vladimir Guerrero, solo home run. Oakland's up 2-0. Coronado ground out. Brendan Rodgers gets a double. Brian Hayes gets a walk. Henry Davis gets a single. We head to Kyle Tucker. Bases loaded, 1 out. He gets a sac fly. Verdugo strikes out. Oakland's up 3-0. Luis Gilmore, fly out, ground out. Solo home run off of Torkelson. And an out to end the inning. It is 3-1, top of the 5th. Bo Bichette gets a solo home run. The run is right back. It is now 4-1. Luis Robert Jr. gets a strikeout. Vladimir Guerrero walks. Coronado gets into a double play. Bottom of the 5th. Miguel Vargas strikes out. Bush, single. Varsho, fly out. And a strikeout to end the inning. Top of the 6th. Brendan Rodgers. Oh, just in time for a pitching change. Vladimir Gutierrez. Faces Rodgers, Hayes, and Davis, but Davis gets a single before Tucker flies out. Yu Chang, double, walk. Durant strikes out. Torkelson pops out, and another pop out gets out of the jam. 4-1, top of the 7th. Verdugo ground out. Bichette gets a single, and Robert Jr. gets a double to score. Bichette 5-1. Top of the 7, 1 out, runner on second for Guerrero, who pops up. Coronado singles, runners at the corners. Brendan Rodgers flies out. 5-1 at the bottom of the 7th. Vargas grounds out. Bush flies out, and Varsho grounds out. Top of the 8th. Los Angeles is running out of real estate here. Brian Hayes watches as Colin Holderman comes in. He pops out. Henry Davis flies out, and Kyle Tucker pops out. Bottom of the 8th. Harry Ford strikeout. Yu Chang ground out, and Guillermo singles. Duran flies out. Sandy guy having a stroke. I can't say his name. Verdugo comes up with a single. Bichette flies out, fly out, strikeout. Here we go. It is the bottom of the 9th. Will the Oakland Athletics win the World Series? It gets by Vladimir Guerrero. A bottom of the 9th single to start it off. Los Angeles is still down by 4 runs. And he strikes them out with a circle change in the dirt. 1 out, runner at first. Miguel Vargas comes up. The last time he was up in the 7th, he grounded out. A double play for the Oakland Athletics, wins the championship here. He hits it over toward the umpire, who is in shock, and he is directing plane traffic. And the 1 run, and he plunks him right in the ass. The Dodgers fans got their rally towels out. A ground ball to second base to 2-1, and the Oakland Athletics have won the World Series.